Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing, starting off with warm and muggy conditions with increasing clouds, and we'll see some active weather moving through the area today as the remnants of tropical depression Chantal will start to move through our area, bringing some shower and storms through the area, particularly as we get into the afternoon, being enhanced by some daytime heating as we move through our day today. If we take a look at our current surface analysis, we can see that area of low pressure with that tropical depression just off to our southwest, and it's going to be tracking east-northeastward as we move through the day today and bring some that shower activity through the area. This boundary off to the northwest will gradually begin to sink southward as we move over the next coming days. And we're going to see some typical summertime weather as we go through the rest of the week with some daily chances of showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and possibly into the evening as well. Looking at our current conditions this morning, just a few clouds at 1,800 feet, broken at 2,500 and broken at 25,000. Winds are out of the south, 9 knots, gusting up to 17 knots, temperature 81 degrees, relative humidity is at 84%. Quick look at the local radar here. We can see currently not tracking any lightning in the area. Do have some showers well away from the area at this time as the bulk of the shower activity is off to our west. But again, that will be gradually moving eastward over the peninsula, increasing those shower chances as we get into that afternoon time frame. If we zoom out, look at the satellite here with the composite radar, we can see the circulation associated with that tropical depression just off to our southwest, and it's going to have a eastward, east-northeastward movement, and again, it's going to increase those clouds as we move through the morning, bringing a chance of a shower this morning, but the best chance is going to be as we get into the afternoon, and again, being enhanced by some daytime heating. If we take a look at the European model, what we can expect as we move through the morning, as you can see, picking up on some shower activity around the area this morning, but as we move more so into the first part of the afternoon and continuing through at least the first half of the afternoon, you can see that's when the bulk of that precip shield starts to move over the peninsula with some pockets of heavier rain possible with that activity helping to be enhanced by the daytime heating. We're going to see that linger around through much of the afternoon hours, but we should start to see that pulling away as we get towards that 17 to 18 local time frame later in the afternoon, and then we'll start to see things fizzle out as we go into the overnight time frame as that area of low pressure pulls off to the east, and we'll see things start to dry out as we move through the overnight time frame. As mentioned, expecting typical summer activity as we move through the remainder of the week as that boundary sinks towards our area and stalls just to the north. We're going to see daily chances of afternoon, evening showers, particularly as we start on Tuesday. Looks to be more later afternoons. You can see some pop-up showers indicated here during that later afternoon time frame, and then better chance of seeing some showers pushing through during the early evening and possibly lingering into the overnight as we have some hot and humid conditions, likely seeing those heat indexes up above 100 for tomorrow as well, and seeing that drive some of that shower and storm activity possibly popping up over the area. We go overnight into Wednesday, we'll start to see some drier conditions start the day on Wednesday, but once again with those hot and humid conditions, we'll see that afternoon chance of a pop-up shower or storm as indicated here with the model during that afternoon time frame, and it could see that start to phase out as we go into the evening, losing that daytime heating, driving that activity. So as we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, starting off with a yellow risk for precip and lightning this morning, mainly as we get past the 10 a.m. time frame is when we're going to start to see that eastward movement bring a few shower chances into the area, and we will start to see some slightly breezier conditions. So do have a yellow risk for winds above 25 knots, expecting those peak winds out of the south, 11 to 16 knots, gusting up to 23 knots. So can't rule out a wind advisory, and we'll keep that through our working hours today. Getting into the afternoon past that 12 local time frame, we increase to a red risk for precip, orange for that lightning possibility, yellow for some reduced ceilings, and yellow for a potential of maybe a heavier rain shower within that activity. Again, expecting that activity to be over the area as we move at least through the first portion of the afternoon, and could start to see things trying to pull away depending on the movement of that area of low pressure and how fast it moves through the area. Could see some of that activity trying to pull away as we get into the later afternoon, but still keeping an orange risk as we move through that 16 to 18 local time frame with a good chance of some lingering showers or storms. We'll see our high temperature up around 85 degrees later this morning, and then the rain should cool things down slightly, but still staying in the 80s as we move through the afternoon. Going into the evening will remain mostly cloudy. Winds will subside a bit out of the southwest, going to keep things mild with that cloud cover as well, so just a low of 76 degrees, and then we'll start warming up with some slightly breezy southwesterly winds as we get into the day on Tuesday. Tides are running slightly above normal. Tuesday, partly to mostly cloudy, and that decent chance for some late afternoon, evening showers and thunderstorms. Hot and humid conditions, heat index values up to 103, so a good chance of seeing a heat advisory for our Tuesday, actual high of 93. Do have that orange risk for precip and lightning during that late afternoon, evening time frame. Yellow risk for a slight chance of seeing a wind advisory with some slightly breezy winds. And we'll keep those orange conditions as we go into Tuesday evening with that shower and thunderstorm possibility continuing and staying mostly cloudy through the evening with a low of 75 degrees. And we could see some lingering low clouds as we get into the early morning hours of Wednesday, so yellow risk for that possibility. And then Wednesday, similar, not quite as wide of coverage or as high of a chance, but nonetheless a yellow risk for some shower and thunderstorm activity during the afternoon popping up around the area, as we'll still stay hot and humid. Slightly lower heat index value at this time, expected up to around 100 degrees. Otherwise, mostly to partly cloudy at times, and the actual high of 89 degrees. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.